Man, what the? Hello everybody, and welcome to Rants, episode 2. You may notice that I am in my car this time, and not sitting in my dining room, and that's for a very good reason. A, because I'm low on time, and B, because this week's rant is about Florida drivers. Now, I don't know if you've ever been to Florida, or Orlando, Florida in particular, but these people cannot drive to save their lives. Here's what I'm talking about. So, I don't know what it is. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that everybody's a tourist. So you got people from out of state and a lot of people from out of country coming in, getting rental cars so they can go to their Disneys and their Universals and their SeaWorlds. But there's something about it. Oh man, it's clear. Cool. Ah! Anyway, there's just a lot of outsiders here. There's not a lot of locals, and even the locals drive like hell because they have had to adapt to all of the outsiders. So, little story. Actually, not a little story. True fact. Florida, and Orlando in particular, has more crosswalk-related deaths than any other city in the U.S. And that's because people don't know how to use crosswalks. They'll just walk across the street, the freeway, anywhere they want. They'll just walk across it because you know what? They got better things to do than to be bothered with the crosswalk. So, part of the problem is that nobody knows how to go the speed limit. And this creates traffic. And for whatever reason, people just can't figure out how to go the damn speed limit. People are usually going 10, 15, 20 under the speed limit. Under. So you'll be in the fast lane, and all of a sudden you have to slam on your brakes because some dumbass in front of you is going 20 miles an hour on the highway. Speed limits are the same everywhere. Everywhere you're supposed to follow speed limits. So like, what the hell? Why can't you follow a speed limit in a different state? I don't care if you're out of state. I don't care if you're out of country. Speed limits exist everywhere. Everywhere. And you still can't follow it? Come on, man. Another thing. Getting onto the highway. There's always that one jackass who rides the merge lane all the way until the very last second. Well, in Florida, everyone is that jackass. It's not just one guy, it's every person. Every person is that jackass who has to wait until the very last minute to merge over. No, I don't let it happen. See, driving in Orlando has turned me into the most aggressive driver. You know why? Because I know that I may die. And by may, I know you might die every time you get into a car. But Florida, your chances increase by about 600%. That's true facts. Look it up. Fact check me. But if you're not saying goodbye to your loved ones before you get in your car in Orlando, Florida, if you're not saying goodbye to them on your way to work, start now. This is a PSA. This moron. We got a green arrow. He's just sitting there. Alright, here we go. I wish you guys could see this. If I had a second camera, it'd be pointing out the road right now. but we're about to run into the exact problem I was talking about when it comes to nobody going the speed limit. So I'm in the right lane. I need to be in the right lane, but there's a car going 20 under, and then there's a car going 10 under in the left lane. So I've somehow got to create a window for me to slide through. There we go. I had to create a window for me to slide in between so that I could pass that taxi. That's another thing. These taxis are awful. Taxis are awful anywhere, but Orlando, they're like fresh out of Cuba or Haiti, and they're just trying to make some money. They don't care. They don't care how they're driving. And another thing, people are always so distracted because they're on their GPS all the time, because nobody knows where they're going. Nobody knows. Now, the only other place I've driven in Florida is Miami. I've never felt more afraid in my life than when I was driving in Miami. It was unstable. It was dreary. It was dangerous. It was a savage wasteland. No offense to Miami, but I didn't really like the city much either. It kind of felt... Here's the best way to put it. I would rather put my hand in a garbage disposal, turn it on, close my eyes, and hope for the best than I would drive in Miami again. That's the best way I can put this, is I'd rather risk losing some extremities than drive in Miami, Florida again. That's what driving in Florida will do to you. Now, it has also turned me into an incredibly aggressive driver. I have the worst road rage in the world right now. Not right now, but now that I live down here. Part of that is hereditary. Thanks, Mom. My mom's got a hell of a temper in the car. But a lot of it is because I have to take matters into my own hands. I drive like I'm Batman driving the Tumbler in The Dark Knight. I have to go balls to the goddamn wall if I want to survive. I live about 3 miles away from work. It takes me 15 minutes to get to work. Why? Tourists. So here in summation, if you drive in Florida, say goodbye to your loved ones. Tell them you love them. Give them a hug. Give them a kiss. Give them your living will. Because you may need to. You may need to. And if you're a tourist, just stay home. Take a summer off. Just enjoy where you're from. I'm sure Podunk, Minnesota is a beautiful town this time of year. Beautiful. Minnesota's the land of 10,000 lakes. Just stay. Just stay. Make a checklist. Visit all 10,000 lakes. If you're from Brazil, please never come here. I'm sorry, but you guys are rude. You don't know how to drive. It's like 2 of the worst offenses in America. Coming into our country and being rude to us, and then not knowing how to drive either. We're a nation founded on the backs of automobiles. Come on, Brazil. Come on, tourists. Alright. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this rant. I'll be back again this time. Actually, I'm going to be doing a second Rants this week. Probably on Saturday or Friday. That's just going to be an initial review of the Suicide Squad. So be sure to keep it locked here on the Leather Armchair Society. Check out our podcast, which will be going up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, because we're splitting it into 4 parts now. And then on Saturday, we'll have a brand new episode of Liquor and Legos. So be sure to keep it locked here on the Leather Armchair Society. I hope you enjoyed this rant. Everybody drive safe, for real. All humor aside, all ranting aside, please be safe on the roads. Don't text and drive. Just be smart. Have a good one, everybody.